The story of birds begins long ago, in a time when the Earth was a vastly different place. Imagine a world where the air was thick with humidity, and the land was covered in dense forests of primitive plants. This was the Triassic period, a time that set the stage for one of the most remarkable evolutionary journeys in the history of life on our planet. Think back to the Triassic period, over 230 million years ago. The Earth was a canvas of change, with landscapes that seemed almost alien compared to what we see today. It was a time of recovery and rebirth, following a catastrophic mass extinction that had wiped out nearly all life on the planet. The Earth was a very different place. The continents, as we know them, were just beginning to form, slowly drifting apart from a supercontinent known as Pangaea. This gradual movement would eventually shape the world as we recognize it today, but back then, it was a land of mystery and potential. The continents, as we know them, were just beginning to form. This was a dynamic period of geological activity, with volcanic eruptions and shifting tectonic plates creating new landforms and environments. These changes provided new habitats for life to evolve and diversify. Life was recovering from a devastating mass extinction. This extinction event, known as the Permian-Triassic extinction, had eradicated nearly 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species. But from this devastation, new life began to emerge, adapting to the changing world. This was the time when dinosaurs first appeared. These early dinosaurs were not the colossal creatures of our imagination, at least not yet. They were relatively small, often bipedal reptiles navigating a world that was still in flux. These early dinosaurs were not the colossal creatures of our imagination, at least not yet. They were relatively small, often bipedal reptiles. They walked on two legs, their long tails providing balance and agility, allowing them to move swiftly through their environment. They were relatively small, often bipedal reptiles. These creatures were agile and quick, using their tails for balance as they navigated the dense forests and open plains of the Triassic landscape. They walked on two legs, their long tails providing balance and agility. This adaptation allowed them to be effective hunters and foragers, capable of quick movements and sudden bursts of speed. They were evolving rapidly, diversifying, and filling ecological niches. As they adapted to their environments, these early dinosaurs began to take on a variety of forms and sizes, each suited to different ways of life. Little did anyone know, these early pioneers would give rise to a lineage that would one day rule the skies. The small, agile dinosaurs of the Triassic were the ancestors of the mighty creatures that would dominate the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. These early dinosaurs, while significant, were just setting the stage. They were the precursors to a lineage that would undergo incredible transformations, leading to the rise of birds. The true ancestors of birds were still to come. Over millions of years, these early dinosaurs would evolve, developing new traits and adaptations that would eventually lead to the first true birds. From these humble beginnings, a remarkable evolutionary journey was about to unfold. This journey would see the rise of feathered dinosaurs, the development of flight, and the eventual emergence of the diverse and fascinating group of animals we know as birds. A transformation that would lead from the ground up, from scales to feathers, from dinosaurs to birds. This is the story of how the giants of the past gave rise to the masters of the skies. Among the early dinosaurs, a group called Theropods emerged. These fascinating creatures were among the first to showcase the evolutionary prowess of dinosaurs. They were a diverse group, ranging from small, nimble hunters to massive, fearsome predators. Their emergence marked a significant point in the Mesozoic era, a time when dinosaurs began to dominate the land. These were primarily carnivorous dinosaurs. Their teeth were sharp and serrated, perfect for slicing through the flesh of their prey. This adaptation made them efficient hunters, capable of taking down animals much larger than themselves. Their diet consisted mainly of other dinosaurs, but they were also known to scavenge when necessary. They walked on two powerful legs. This bipedal stance gave them an advantage in speed and agility, allowing them to chase down their prey with remarkable efficiency. Their strong hind limbs were not just for running, they also provided stability and balance, crucial for a predator that needed to make quick, precise movements. Their forelimbs were free to grasp and tear. Unlike many other dinosaurs, theropods had relatively short but strong arms equipped with sharp claws. These limbs were perfect for holding on to struggling prey, tearing flesh, and even manipulating objects in their environment. This combination of powerful legs and dexterous arms made them formidable hunters. Theropods included iconic predators like Tyrannosaurus rex and Velociraptor. These names have become synonymous with the image of the fearsome dinosaur. Tyrannosaurus rex, with its massive size and bone-crushing bite, and Velociraptor, known for its speed and intelligence, are prime examples of theropod success. However, it's their smaller, swifter cousins that concern us. These agile hunters, like Compsognathus, were not just predators but also pioneers in the evolutionary journey that would lead to birds. Their small size and quick movements allowed them to exploit different ecological niches, avoiding competition with their larger relatives. These agile hunters are the direct ancestors of birds. Over millions of years, these small theropods underwent significant evolutionary changes. Their bones became lighter, their bodies more streamlined, and most importantly, they began to develop feathers. This was the beginning of a transformation that would eventually lead to the birds we see today. Over millions of years, theropods evolved a remarkable new feature: feathers. Initially, these feathers were simple structures, not the complex flight feathers of modern birds. They likely served multiple purposes, from insulation to display, and perhaps even aiding in balance and maneuverability. Now, these were not the feathers of modern birds. They were much simpler: filaments, downy fluff, or even elongated scales. These primitive feathers were a far cry from the intricate plumage we associate with birds today, but they were a crucial step in the evolutionary process. They were much simpler: filaments, downy fluff, or even elongated scales. These early feathers provided insulation, helping these creatures regulate their body temperature in varying climates. This adaptation was particularly important for smaller theropods, which had a higher surface area to volume ratio and thus lost heat more quickly. Imagine a small dinosaur covered not in scales but in a soft, downy coat. This image challenges our traditional view of dinosaurs as scaly reptiles and highlights the diversity and adaptability of these ancient creatures. These early feathers were likely used for insulation, helping these creatures regulate their body temperature. These early feathers were likely used for insulation, helping these creatures regulate their body temperature. In colder environments, a coat of downy feathers would have been essential for survival, providing a layer of warmth that scales could not. This adaptation allowed theropods to thrive in a variety of habitats. This development of feathers marks a pivotal turn. It represents a significant evolutionary innovation that would have far-reaching consequences. Feathers not only provided insulation, but also opened up new possibilities for display, camouflage, and eventually, flight. It's a testament to the power of natural selection. The gradual evolution of feathers showcases how small, incremental changes can lead to significant adaptations over time. Each step in this process was driven by the pressures of survival and reproduction, shaping the course of theropod evolution. What may have begun as a simple adaptation for warmth would eventually become the key to unlocking the skies. Feathers, initially a tool for insulation, would later evolve into complex structures capable of supporting flight. This transformation highlights the incredible versatility of evolutionary adaptations. The stage was set for the evolution of avian flight. As feathers became more specialized, some theropods began to experiment with gliding and eventually powered flight. This marked the beginning of a new era, where the descendants of theropods would take to the skies, giving rise to the diverse array of bird species we see today. One of the most extraordinary transitions in the history of life on Earth. The journey from theropod dinosaurs to modern birds is a testament to the power of evolution and the incredible adaptability of life. It reminds us that the world we see today is the result of countless small changes over millions of years, each one building on the last to create the rich tapestry of life we are a part of.